All right, guys, real quick, just going to use this opportunity to shill my other platforms. You can find all my links on my Linktree page. The main pages I'm going to be using other than YouTube are going to be Minds, Odyssey, BitChute, Rumble, and Truth Social. So if you guys want to give me a follow over on those other platforms, I'd really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, guys, making another quick video here. I'll leave a source for this as well down in the description. This is an article that I read last night, and I'm just on a nice drive here to get my hair cut, so figured I would make this video. This is a really quick one, but it's a very concerning one, guys, as far as gun registry goes. So it looks like Visa and Mastercard have announced that they are going to be monitoring ammo and gun sales. So they can basically just like look into your bank statement and your purchase history and see, I guess, if you've purchased against it. And then obviously this would be if you went to like Walmart or Target or I don't know, whoever sells guns. I'm in Utah, so a lot of people sell guns here, but I only imagine it would be trackable if you're buying guns from like a larger chain, maybe even Cabela's. I don't know how many states have Cabela's, but we do, and they're a pretty big one. But yeah, this is really concerning, obviously, guys. So obviously the Bruin Supreme Court decision was going to have vast ripple effects across the political landscape, similar to what happened with Roe v. Wade. When you start making these decisions, and unfortunately that's the country we're starting to live in, where I don't like it, where basically the Supreme Court dictates what happens, but everything just skips Congress now, just goes right through the courts, and then I guess it's just law. So with the Bruin decision, a lot of states are basically working on just making guns easier to get, which is the way it should be. I mean, I have a very libertarian stance on guns. I think that if you want to have a tank in your yard, guys, you should be able to do that. I mean, that is it's essentially what the Second Amendment says. Well-armed militia. I mean, it doesn't tell you that you can't have an AR-15 and that you need to shoot .223 and not .556. So all of these gun arguments that I've heard from people, especially like red flag laws, just all of this garbage, this just doesn't make any sense. And so obviously, the reason why Visa and Mastercard are going to be tracking these sales is so that, once again, the Joe Biden admin can go after political opponents. That's basically been his entire goal in office, right? Like, Trump was in office for 4 years, exposed the living hell out of the deep state. And so really the only purpose of Joe Biden's asterisk administration is for him to cover him and his friends' asses. This is why he's sending money to Ukraine. He's passing all of these spending bills, these pork barrel bills, like the Inflation Reduction Act. This is all so that he can cover his ass, guys. And this ammo monitoring, right? Because I'm actually going to be making a video about this later. I'm going to have to do a lot more research, but it's going to be about the reality of the duopolies in our country. And so Visa and Mastercard are actually another good example of that, because we just have all of these industries where there's like two competing companies, right? That Apple, Microsoft, what is it? Apple, Google, Google, Bing, I don't know. Yeah, I have to go to Xbox, PlayStation, right? It's always like one or two, maybe three companies that are always competing with each other, but really they're all working together, and they're just another organ of the federal government. And so with this, Visa and Mastercard, again, it's to go after political dissonance. And I think the solution for this is obviously just buy in cash if you really can, especially if you live in a rural state like I do. If you live in, really, this is going to affect people that live in like cities mostly, I think, or highly democratic states. But if you live in a country state, which there's a lot of those in the U.S., there's it's a lot less hopeless than people make it out to be, as far as that goes. But if you live in one of these states, then just go buy in cash. And then also, if you really can, I would say support local business, because there's a lot of gun shops, for instance, here that you could just go there and pay in cash, and these are people that they're running their own shop, and that's really the way to go, I think, to avoid this. And you know, it really sucks. I would say, you know, get rid of Mastercard and Visa, but it's like, you know, it's that old libertarian argument now of like, if you don't like it, build your own. It's like, how in the hell can we build our own? That's what we're basically trying to do with Bitcoin and crypto, but that's going to take a very long time, guys. And to be honest, something like Mastercard and Visa and the central banks, that's not something really easy to just boycott. So I'm definitely not recommending that. But yeah, if you can, just use your debit card. Don't use credit cards. That's a big key. Like I had to learn this hard lesson myself. If you're using a credit card, you kind of are at the whims of these companies. They can raise and lower interest rates. They can charge you whatever fees they want. I mean, they don't lose money. Like, even if they make it look like it's a deal for you, like, oh, if you use this much, you get this many points back or whatever, it's not really a deal for you. I have a couple friends, they fly a lot, and they do actually get quite a bit of miles for that, but you got to really be, you got to know why you have a credit card, I guess. And if you're buying guns on credit, that is not a good idea. So that's another thing. If you're going to buy a gun, make sure you can pay for it in full, because you just don't want these companies or the government to have any leverage over you. This is also a big deal with student loans, obviously, is that student loans, we learned, are kind of like a form of indentured servitude. So anyway, guys, that is the video. Just wanted to make a real quick one here. Let me know what you guys think about this down below. Have you heard about this? Are you living in a state where this might affect you? What are your thoughts about this overall? Mastercard and Visa spying on your gun purchases, guys. Let me know down below. And also, please like this, and as well as that, make sure you follow me on those alternate tech sites that I've included at the beginning of the video. But with that said, guys, this has been Jigsaw0097. I will talk to you all later.